Hey guys, hope you're having a good Wednesday. Well, welcome to our first lesson in our series called Uncertainty. Today, we're going to talk about listening to God through faith. Faith is a key part of what it means to follow Jesus. So, what exactly is faith? In the Bible, faith is described like this in Hebrews 11 1 through 2. Faith shows the reality of what we hope for, it's the evidence of things we cannot see. Through their faith, the people in days of old earned a good reputation. Faith is when you trust in something you cannot see. For example, if you have faith in parents who love you and you ask for a specific present at Christmas, then you know there's a good chance of you getting that present. Or if you're sick, you go to the hospital because you have faith that the doctors can help you get better. Now, are you 100% positive you'll get the gift? No. Are you 100% positive you'll get better? No. But you have faith that you'll get the gift and get better. Faith is trusting in something you can't see. Now, remember, faith is not blind. Faith is not just wildly hoping. For example, you could hope to be a professional basketball player, but if A, you don't play basketball, or B, aren't a very good basketball player, then it doesn't matter how much faith you have. You're likely not going to be a professional basketball player. Faith is based on trust. If you know you can trust your parents and the doctors, then you have faith in good outcomes. But if you don't have any trust in your basketball abilities, then you shouldn't have faith in your ability to be a professional basketball player. The point is, faith is trusting in what you cannot see. Our faith is in God. Our faith is in Jesus. When we become Christians, we place our faith in God. As followers of Jesus, we've come to the place in our lives when we see our sinfulness and realize, hey, we need a Savior. That's when we place our faith in Jesus. We realize, hey, we can't save ourselves, that we need someone to save us. In that sense, every Christian has faith in the saving power of Jesus' death. But once we place our faith in Jesus, we get to choose whether we're going to live out our faith every day. This idea of faith is especially important right now. We don't know what the future holds. We can't see it. It's all uncertain. And it's easy to be drawn away by promises of being famous or rich or powerful. We naturally want those things. And it's easy to put our faith in them as the thing that saves us or gives us meaning. Being popular or cool, it's something we can put our faith in. Being athletic or attractive, it's something we can put our faith in. Being smart or artistic, it's something we can put our faith in. We can begin to trust in these parts of who we are to bring us life and meaning. But right now, all those things are stripped away from us. We're quarantined at home, so it's hard to hold on to those things. The truth is that apart from God, we'll be empty, no matter how much success we achieve in life. As Christians, we're called to hear the shepherd's voice. While there are all sorts of things promising to save us and give us meaning, only Jesus can do that. In John 10:27, it says this, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me." Here's the thing you need to know about sheep. They aren't very smart. So being called a sheep, it's not exactly a compliment. Sheep were known to be so dumb that they would accidentally walk off cliffs. Also, many of them were blind or couldn't see because of other sheep around them. They weren't exactly ferocious, intelligent, top of the food chain animals. Instead of their cunning or strength, they survived by listening to the voice of their shepherd. They would learn to recognize the voice of their shepherd. So if some other person came around them, they wouldn't listen to that other person. Jesus is saying that we're like sheep. Now, he's not saying we're dumb or anything like that. He's saying we need a shepherd, someone to guide and protect us. So we need to learn to recognize the voice of God because there's all sorts of voices in this world competing for our faith. We need to learn to hear the voice of God in our life. Popularity, power, athleticism, attractiveness, intelligence, artistry are all voices speaking to us, attempting to lead us away. There's nothing wrong with any of these things if we first and foremost are listening to our shepherd. That's Jesus. But if we begin to listen to any one of these voices above Jesus, then we're in serious trouble. There are a lot of ways to hear God's voice. We can hear it in His Word, we can hear it in prayer, we can hear it through other people, and we can hear it through the different passions we have. And once we hear God's voice, then we need to place our faith in Him and do what He says. There's a story in the Old Testament about a man named Joseph. He grew up in a family with 11 brothers. He was the second youngest, but he was his father's favorite son. He was considered so special that his father made him a unique, colorful coat. It's sort of like if your parents went to the store and bought you all name brand clothes, Nike, Champion, Adidas, and then went to the thrift store for your brothers and sisters. Talk about some tension. To make things worse, he had this crazy dream where he was going to rule over his brothers and family. So his brothers plot to kill him. Well, that goes from 0 to 100 real quick. They end up not killing him and just sell him into slavery. Well, that's a little nicer, I guess. And he ends up in a foreign land working as a servant for this rich guy. Check out Genesis 39, 3 through 4. The Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered, and he lived in the house of his Egyptian master. When his master saw that the Lord was with him and that the Lord gave him success in everything he did, Joseph found favor in his eyes and became his attendant. Potiphar put him in charge of his household, and he entrusted to his care everything he owned. So Joseph remains faithful to God, and God stays with him. And God begins blessing Joseph, so he's promoted in his job and starts doing really well. Things start to look up, but then they take another turn for the worse. His boss's wife flirts with him, but Joseph says no. This makes the wife angry, so she lies and tells the boss that Joseph was the one at fault. And after Joseph worked hard and served faithfully, he's thrown into prison and falsely accused of a crime. But even sitting for several years in prison didn't break Joseph's faith. He had lived righteously and honorably before God, showing the world his faith, and God remained on his side in prison. Genesis 39, 20 through 21 tells us what happened. Joseph's master took him, put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. But while Joseph was there in prison, the Lord was with him. He showed him kindness and granted him favor in the eyes of the prison warden. So even in prison, Joseph maintains his faith, and God continues to be with him. He knows the voice of his shepherd. He can trust God is working for the best, even though he can't see it. What Joseph doesn't know is that from prison, God's going to raise him to a place of high authority in the empire, where he will eventually save his entire family. Faith is when we choose to trust that God is in control and knows what's best. Joseph could have given up on God at many times. When his brothers sold him into slavery, he could have given up. When he was falsely accused, he could have given up. When he was rotting in prison for years, he could have given up, but he didn't. He kept his faith in God, even when it didn't make sense, and God was with him every step of the journey. Difficulty can deepen our faith in Jesus. When things get difficult in life, that's when all the other voices in life start to appear very smart. But we need to hold on to our faith, trusting God is working things out for our good. In Romans, Paul promises that God is doing just that. Romans 8:28 says this, "And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them." This is a powerful promise for all of us. Joseph discovered that difficulty deepened his faith. Joseph endured through years of tough times and difficulty. In these uncertain times, know that, like Joseph, you'll endure. Allow whatever tough time you're going through to deepen your relationship with Jesus. He's with you and will not leave you. All you need to do is hold on to your faith through the storm. When you learn to hear the shepherd's voice, then it doesn't matter what else is going on around you, because you know where he is and what he's telling you to do. All you have to do is listen and obey. So let me end with a couple of questions for you. Who are the people in your life that you trust or have faith in? What voices do you think you're tempted to place your faith in? Popularity, power, athleticism, attractiveness, intelligence, artistry, or something else? Do you think it's easy or hard to have faith in Jesus? What do you think Joseph was thinking throughout the difficult times in his life? And what is the most challenging thing in your life right now? Thanks for joining us for the start of our New Year series. Come back next Wednesday for lesson 2. If you're new, you can check out our other lessons and other series. I Am, The New Heart, Contrast, and Stressed Out, just to name a few. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. More information can be found at sunsetyouthgroup.com. You'll find links to our Facebook and Instagram pages there. And you can always email us at sunsetyouthministry@gmail.com. Have a great day.